Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another outstanding episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. In one corner, we have the greatest thing on God's green earth. No, we're not talking money, Mary Jane, or Popeye spinach. He's a tranquil dart of Ringside Society and Delaware's greatest American hero. It takes two to make a thing go right. He's Rob Bass, and you are not. And the second corner, we have that ocean crossing, straight up bossing, flight catching, shot glass snatching, always positive, life is great, repping 592, living in the 718, no cap, straight facts, the worldwide starboy, Remy Blue. And our special guest tonight is a young lady who's been making a name for herself, not just as a referee, not just as a wrestler, but also a manager. She's faced off against people such as Amaris Jade, Erica Torres, and she has also competed for organizations such as our good friends Vixen Wrestling Revolution and also Mission Pro Wrestling. Everybody, welcome to the show, Mystii Marks.
Ah, the crowd goes
Woo!
wild. Thank you for having me. I like that intro. I'm gonna just bring you with me whenever I need to be announced. Just carry you in my suitcase.
You might you might need a big customized suitcase for me, Misty. But I gotta say, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be on our show. We really and truly appreciate it. It's always a pleasure when we have a guest on our show, whether they're a wrestler, manager, referee. We're always excited to talk to all of our guests and whatnot because everybody has a different story and so on, and that's what we look forward
Yes.
to as well.
Thank you
So,
guys for having me.
hey, no problem. I didn't even realize you were following us because I was like, wait a minute, Misty follows us. Wow, I didn't even get a thank you. Part of my manners, but we appreciate that. And I've been following you
No.
since you were actually a referee. I remember that. So
Oh, thank you. So y'all been following my whole little career. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So the unique thing about us is that we try to bring stories from each side of the spectrum of pro wrestling. It's not just the wrestlers, but also the managers, the promoters, the referees, the ring announcers, and then of course there's the other side, which is the fans. So
Mm-hmm.
each part has an important role to play in professional wrestling, and without one of those parts, the pro wrestling industry wouldn't be what it is. So
Absolutely.
yeah, but with that being said, yeah, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. I've seen a couple of your matches, and man, the the industry better watch out for you, man. You don't less whatsoever.
Oh, you make me blush. Don't do that.
Yeah. So how's everything over there in your neck? You're in Texas, right?
I am in Texas. As you said, I started as a referee in Houston. I am now in San Antonio at the Dog Pound Dojo with the legendary Jazz and Rodney Mack.
Ooh, okay, okay. San An, what's up, man? I was stationed in San Antonio at one point for like 6 months.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been here
I,
about 8 months.
oh, okay. You're originally from Texas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remembered. Yeah, I was in San An for like 6 months, and I remembered like I was with the Navy, of course, and I remembered
Thank you for
every
your
week.
service.
Thanks. And I remembered every time, like every weekend, I would go down to the Riverwalk, and I had my own little club I'd go to, and I'd go in that club and just hang out for like the night and whatnot. And the Riverwalk has a set of bars and so on. And San Antonio is just nice,
Yes.
man.
It's nice. It's a different vibe from Houston for sure.
Yeah, I want to go to Houston for like a weekend. I only went for like one day. I didn't even go out. I just went out for like I went there. It was like a pit stop. Went there, got a hotel, stayed in my
Hmm.
hotel all night because I was like tired. I didn't really do much except go out get some food. I found a nice little Indian restaurant nearby. It was actually near. I was actually near the trolley. You guys have a trolley that goes like one of those little trolleys that goes on the street, right? The train or whatever.
Yeah, the one that goes down, it goes through downtown, the medical center, all that. That's what you was on?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an adventure. For sure. Like living in Houston. It's a lot of stuff to do. You just have to know the right people, really.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so I gotta, I always ask, most of our guests, but what was, the match or the event or pay-per-view that made you become a fan of professional wrestling?
I can't recall. Like my mom, like now my mom tells me, I remember when I used to say bam every time somebody took a bump or got slammed. You used to be scared of wrestling. And I was like, I was. She was like, you used to be scared of wrestling, and now I can't get you to stop watching it. So I can't honestly say I recall what match or what stood out to me to make me, be a fan. But I just remember my mom telling me that story.
Wow, okay. You sure you sure you weren't a Ron Simmons fan? Because you were always saying damn all the time, like damn.
Uh, I mean, when I got older, I appreciated the damn. But when I was younger, I was like, oh, you cussing, mama. So it's different now. Like I know for sure, of course, the legendaries, the Rock, Stone Colds, those are the ones I would mimic. But other than that, I don't recall. I hate that I just don't.
It's okay. I'm sure that we're gonna have somebody. We've had one or two people that said they can't remember, when exactly they started or so on. So it's all good. Luckily I remembered like my first match that got me into it, but I don't remember the exact. Um, I don't remember the exact date or month and year, but I know that I started watching like religiously around
That was
WrestleMania.
me. That was me. I
I
can
started watching.
remember I remember when they announced, I don't know why I remember this, but they announced when they was having the first SmackDown to come back after like months. And me and my next door neighbor, we would wrestle all the time. And we was like, we gotta watch it. We gotta be at home Thursday, 7 o'clock, we gotta watch it. And I remember as soon as 7 o'clock came on, we ran in the house and I remember Undertaker had a casket match. And the casket match had me and him like, we gonna do that. We gonna wrestle each other. And that was one of the things that, like, I guess that wasn't the moment I became a fan because I was a fan before that, but that was the moment I remember, oh my God, I love wrestling. And I mean, I also remember a moment when me and my mom had to go somewhere on a Thursday and she was like, I'm gonna miss wrestling. I don't want to go. And she was like, girl, you will be okay. Like, record it, we'll come back and watch it. And when we got back, I watched the tape and I missed like the last 2 minutes of the show and I was crying because I missed it. I'm like, Mama, the last minutes is the most important. Like, ugh. But then I watched it back and I saw the logo at the bottom, the WWE logo, and I knew, okay, I seen all of it. I'm okay now. So those are the moments that like I remember when I think about like how wrestling made me feel and the emotions that came with it as I was growing up. So yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah, I remember one time I was like that with my mom. So I'm like, she's like, yeah, we're gonna go out. I'm like, but I wasn't crying. I was like, because my mom didn't play that crying nonsense. She's like, boy, if you don't stop, I'm. So she was like, she would just tape it, and I got to see when I came back, I got to see the whole thing, and that was pretty much it. But yeah, I remember being young and being excited about wrestling and so on. So
Yes.
who were some of your favorites you enjoyed watching growing up?
Um, I would say Randy Orton. He's one of my favorites. I still like watch his matches and kind of look at him and be like, man, I want to be like that one day. Alicia Fox. I remember when she first came on the scene, I was voting for her, like Havoc fan. Um, I those two are the ones that stick out to me. Like those two, if I can wrestle like them, have their career, follow them, like those are the two I just absolutely love as wrestlers.
Yeah, Alicia Fox definitely opened. I would say she's one of the people that opened the doors as being the first black Divas champion. I think
Absolutely.
the only black Divas champion, because I don't think anybody else ever held that title
Nope, I
in
don't
that
think so either. Yeah,
era. She's definitely one that was definitely a pioneer. Randy Orton's always been, he's never missed a beat, always been consistent. I don't think there's ever been an
always.
inconsistent era in Randy Orton's career or an inconsistent period in Randy Orton's career. He's
Right.
always been consistent.
Yeah. I
So,
just he's amazing. I just love him.
did you ever get to meet them like in person at any wrestling shows or anything?
Mm, unfortunately not. I the only wrestlers I have met to this day is Becky Lynch. I saw her at a I stood in line for like 6 hours to
Yeah.
meet her. Um, Becky Lynch. I saw Charlotte Flair, and I was crazy thing. I won some tickets at a radio station, and Charlotte Flair was doing an interview next at that same radio station. So I ran into her, but I didn't talk to her. I was such a fan back then. I was like, so I didn't say nothing to her. Just got on the elevator and just said, "Hey, I'm a fan," and just kept it moving. Um, I've the New Day. I've met them. Just not those two. I have not met them yet. They're on my list though. Hopefully one day.
Wow, that's cool. Becky Lynch. Wow, man. If Kathy was here, man, y'all would probably had a whole conversation and whatnot about Becky because she's a huge Becky Lynch fan, and I don't blame her. Becky Lynch is pretty awesome. She's killing it right now.
Absolutely.
And although I know Bianca Belair is hot on her trail, and I'm
Yes.
sure she's very glad that Ronda Rousey did not choose her. She chose Charlotte, but I think I have I have a gut feeling we're gonna get Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch one on one finally, and I want that to happen because,
It has to happen.
and the reason why I want it to happen is because that match that happened at WrestleMania, Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair, that elevated Becky. But I want it to happen because I want to see how she would do against Ronda Rousey one on one, not in a triple
One
threat.
on one. Yeah. Yeah.
She beat Ronda with a crucifix pin, so I'm like, I want to see how she's gonna do one on one. If she'll be able to, hit the Beck exploder or the disarmer,
Right. Or
just
even
to
how
see.
Ronda would react. Like, it'll be good just to
Yeah,
see those two women go at it. You're right. I can't wait. It's gonna happen. They have to make it happen. But of course, they're gonna make us wait. That's just the
oh yeah.
reality.
Hey, as long as it happens, I don't mind. I have a feeling it's gonna be worth the wait. So
Yeah.
you now that you're a wrestling fan and you're cheering your favorites and booing the bad guys, how did your journey now go from wrestling fan to Mystii Marks, referee, manager, and pro wrestler?
It was a journey. So I just in my past relationship, I would always watch wrestling, like always. And he was like, "Why don't you try it one day?" And I'm like, "You can't try that. You got to be picked for that. That's not how it works." So I went on a journey. This was for my 26th birthday. I went on a journey. I started doing some research, wrestling schools, and I came across Booker T's wrestling school. And I was like, okay. Right? I got the locks too.
I
So I
had to
came
do it.
across his school. Yeah. I came across his school and he had like a seminar on, I think, a Sunday or a Saturday. I can't recall. But it was for 3 to 4 hours. So I grabbed my snacks, loaded up the car, drove to Texas City, and I was there and I was like, oh my God, like I'm here. I'm doing stuff in the ring. They're teaching us stuff, locking up and those aspects. And then I took my first bump from Ryan Davidson. And I took that bump and I said, that was fun. Like those were my exact words. That was fun. And then from that point on, I just said, yeah, I'm going to do wrestling. So I saved up my money, made sure I could pay, for the classes and do what I needed to do in that aspect. In January of 2018, I started wrestling. I started in the ring.
Wow, that's awesome. And I tell you, Booker
Yeah,
T, oh man, I tell you, if there is a Texas Wrestling Hall of Fame, he is definitely one person that should be in there. That man has
absolutely. I agree.
he has done so much good for Texas, the Texas wrestling scene with reality of wrestling. I've been watching reality of wrestling for going on 9 years now. And I have seen so many people, so many great athletes come out of that school, come out of that promotion.
Yeah,
And
agreed.
Booker T is definitely, when you think of Texas wrestling and you think of the Von Erichs, you think of the Von Erichs. I know
Yeah,
how far back, I know how far back you've been watching wrestling. If you're one of those people like me that watched wrestling even before you started watching wrestling, that is, I started in 1990, but I was watching stuff from like the 80s and so on. But he is to Texas rest. He Booker T is to Texas wrestling as much as the Von Erichs, Gary Hart, and many others. And man, I see some of the shows he puts on, and even like some of the other shows from like New Texas Pro,
yeah.
BWR, and even Mission Pro. And I get jealous. I'm like, man, I wish I could live near Texas, man. I'd be over there every day, or at least, well, not near because I can't, I don't really drive, but I don't have a car, but like I like, man, I wish I could live like in Houston, man. I'd be at all those shows and whatnot,
Man, you
just
say that, but it be so much in one weekend. Like I do a lot of driving just to go see my friends wrestle or just to be in the match, and it's a lot of driving. Texas is huge, okay? It's huge. So you think, oh, okay, it's not that far. No, it's going to be 5 to 6 hour drive minimum.
oh, I don't doubt you because I think I took a bus from San Antonio to Houston. I foolishly was in San Antonio looking up airplane tickets to go to Houston. I didn't even know any better.
No,
I
no.
saw 400, 300. I'm like, but then I remember, and this was like 4 years after I left San Antonio. So I was like, wait a minute, isn't Houston like 2 or 3 hours away? And then when I actually like looked on Greyhound or Wanderoo,
Hmm.
30 bucks. I'm like, I was like the guy. You ever seen TikTok? The guy that goes like, I was like this.
Yeah.
That's pretty much me
Greyhound
myself.
is your friend. I've done the bus like 2 or 3 times. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, so I saw a couple of your matches. I saw the one against Erica Torres, and man, you did not take no lefts, man. You were going after homegirl. They were like saying, yeah, yeah, Erica Torres. She has an MMA background and whatnot,
Yeah.
and she was hitting you with some strikes, but you were coming right back up. I mean, eventually she got the win with some questionable tactics, but
She did. Got a little
yeah,
dust in my face, but it's okay.
yeah, I was like, wow, like you know, Misty showed up and she showed out, and I think next time she's gonna put some respect on your name.
Have no
And
choice.
I saw the one where I guess you got upset after that match because then I saw you go against Amaris Jade, and you were not trying to hear nothing. You just took homegirl, put that leg around neck, and was like wham, and I was like, geez, like Misty ain't finna hear nothing today, man.
You know what? After the dust was in my face, she had to get what was coming to her. Sorry. Like I had to take my anger out on someone and she was next. So it is what it is. That's the business.
Wow, that's cool. So speaking of your match with Erica Torres, that was from Mission Pro Wrestling. So I gotta ask, Mission Pro, they're doing it big like nobody's business when it comes to women's wrestling. You got Thunder Rose at the helm, former NWA Women's World Champion, currently signed to AEW, and she is just empowering women's wrestlers. It doesn't matter how they look. She is just, empowering them with NPW. What was it like stepping in that ring for them? Were you nervous or were you like,
Uh,
got this, I got
I
something?
I remember drive it was in Oklahoma. So driving from Texas to Oklahoma. It was the whole drive. I was nervous. The whole drive. When I got there, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is though FYI, these was one of my beginning matches. I'm still in the beginning stages of my career. This was like maybe like my third or fourth match. So like the whole drive I was nervous. And I remember, talking to Thunder, and I was like, Thunder, I'm nervous, like help me. She was like, just relax, you'll do fine, relax, relax. But my nerves was in my throat. But I had to calm myself down and just tell myself, like, hey, you're Mystii Marks. I want to cuss right now. Mystii effing Marks.
You
Go
could you
out
could
there
cuss if,
and
you could cuss if you want. When we put this on Spotify, we don't want to put explicit, so feel free, throw some F bombs. We don't cuss though, but
okay,
you could.
I am Mystii fucking Marks. When you hit that curtain, that's who you are. So calm your nerves and do your job. So I told myself that before I hit the curtains, and she was just there. She was there as she always is. And she was ready to put bitches in check. And that's is what it is. I have to do that for every match though. Get myself in the mindset of you're fine, you're great, you'll do fine. You know this. Like I have to do that for every match. And that's because I expect more of myself. Even the product I put out, I want to do better than what I put out. I want to be the best. I want to be majestic. So yeah, working for Mission Pro was a really big platform for me, and it helped me develop as a wrestler as well as a fan because this is not easy. People see it and they like, oh, that looks easy. No, it's not. It's a lot of background work that people don't see. So being on that platform really helped me to become more of Misty, and I'm appreciative for that.
And I'm very glad that that happened for you, and I hope it takes you to a lot more. It's already taking to VWR. Our own Scott Bruce is actually watching right now,
Yeah, I see him.
and
Hey, Bruce.
and great friend of ours. Shameless plug. February 25th. Y'all make sure y'all check out VWR's Tainted
Tainted
Love.
Love,
A
and
lot of
I will
huge
be
stars.
there to
You'll
check
be
some
there too.
bitches. I'll be there to check some bitches.
Awesome. Okay. All right.
It's a triple threat match with Nova Phoenix and Rashay Chanel, and they will be put in check as well. And I will be the first ever Genesis Women's Champion, just like that.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. All right. Oh man, that's gonna be a hot match.
And I
Kathy, if you
can't
see
wait.
this, Kathy, if you see this, Kathy couldn't be here, unfortunately. But Kathy, if you see this, I'm officially jealous of you. I wish I could be me and Rob. Well, I can't speak for Rob, because Rob, he's a referee and he does his own thing. But I'm officially jealous of you, man. I wish I could be at that show. But yeah. Um, so another thing I noticed, so I gotta ask you, I saw your gear, right? And it reminds me of, one of my favorite, like I guess, anti-heroes or villains from DC that I
Oh
love
Lord,
to hate, but I don't mind seeing. Harley Quinn. Are you a Harley Quinn fan?
I am not.
Okay. Because the
My
thing is
literally my gear came from an outfit that I saw, and I thought it was really cute, and I was like, I want to do that.
awesome. That's well, you did it really well. I was like, is she a Harley Quinn fan? Like, if she is, man, yo, that's good, man. I mean, because Harley Quinn, it's like she's like a villain, like you're supposed to hate, but it's like you just don't mind what they do, It's like
Yeah.
whatever.
No, I think I picked the half and half like that because I mean I wear multiple hats as you stated. I started off as a fan. I became a referee. I haven't done any managing yet, but it's coming soon, and I'm a wrestler. So I think the half and half kind of fits me. 1 minute I am a wrestler, next minute I could be a manager, I could be a referee. So I went with that type of gear to kind of pursue that. I'm more than I'm more than what you see. I'm two halves of something else.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. I like that when you know somebody takes their gear or just a logo, like our logo. I'm not trying to make this about us, but our logo has a meaning behind it too. But that's another story for another time. But I like when that's very cool. Like you took like a like gear, not necessarily designing it in honor of you know, any fictional character
Mm-hmm.
or in memory of anybody, but just of what you've done in your career, and you've taken all that and put it into something that's tangible, which is your wrestling gear. That's very
Absolutely.
impressive, I must say.
Thank you. It took a
So
lot of
I just got
took
two
a
more
lot of time
questions.
to get it. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I could imagine how some of those how long some of those gear designs take, like how much brainstorming you have to do, because you don't want to look like the next person or last person. You want to look like
Right.
you. You want to stand out. So when people say, "Wait a minute, that person, those gear codes, that's Mystii Marks," you know, or that's Haley Danielle, or Rachel Rose, or Rochelle
We
Chanel.
don't need the other names. We don't need them. Thank you though.
I'm sorry. I
Mm-mm.
would have said
Mm-mm.
Rob Bass, but Rob Bass, Rob is he pretty much has the same referee thing as everybody else. But yeah, but that's pretty neat. So I just got
Yeah, it yeah, it took me I would say maybe like 3 months to even come up with the idea, and then an extra 2 months to get it made. And then the final gear, I don't know if you saw it, the gold and black one, that was like the one I was like, that was like the final. Because the red and white one that I have was just one of those, okay, let me see, blah, blah, blah. And then the silver and black one, I was like, yes, this is what I want. This is how I want my gear to look. And I just want to take it to everywhere. I just want to take it everywhere. I just want to wear it. It looks amazing on me. I think it matches my personality. And I just can't wait to get more of it made so people can see other sides of Mystii Marks.
awesome. That's cool. So I just have two more questions before I turn it over to Rob. Kind of Rob is, he's anxious to get some questions in as well. But my second to last question is, you know, now that you've had your battles with Blair and Erica Torres, you got Tainted Love coming up. Who are some of your who are your top five opponents that you want to wrestle in the near future? They can be from anywhere: AEW, WWE, Impact, the Indies,
So I've been
anywhere.
asked this question before, and my response was I want to wrestle every single woman that's a wrestler, because I feel like with every match with different people, I will be able to learn different things, learn different move sets, how to maneuver, how to follow, how to lead. So there's no top five. I want to wrestle every woman in this industry from top to bottom. I want to be the best. In order to be the best, I want to go from the person at the bottom to the person at the top and wrestle them all. That's just how I feel about it.
Awesome, that's cool. So I apologize for that question. I didn't even know that's been asked. I tend to ask that
No,
every now.
it's fine. It wasn't asked on a podcast. It was asked in like a private conversation. So
Oh,
it's fine.
oh, I have one. I My next and last question is one that you may or may not have been asking. I don't think you've been asked this one yet. So when you're getting ready, when you're at the gym, getting ready to knock out some reps or do some cardio, or when you're, getting ready for one of your matches, what are some songs that put you in that zone to knock out those workouts or
Ooh,
get ready to face your opponent?
ooh, ooh. Let me see. Gym music. I have a wide variety of gym music. I listen to J. Cole. I have that on my playlist. I have Drake on my playlist. Kanye is on my playlist. The old Kanye though. Um, let's see. It's so many. Those are the three main ones. If I kind of just want to zone out, I'll put those on. Before a match, I really don't listen to music. I kind of just sit in the corner and just, like I said, you're Mystii Marks. You got this. You're okay. Blase, blase. But in the gym, yeah, those three. I'm J. Cole. He's my favorite. I'm rocking out to any J. Cole album.
Awesome. Yeah, my favorite song by J. Cole. This is old school. It's Who Dat. Like that
Ah,
just puts
yeah.
me
Who that? Who that?
that
Hey.
song just puts me in the zone. And Drake never really worked out to any Drake songs. Drake is just Drake's music. I just find myself just chilling. Like Marvin, what was it? I think it was called Marvin's Room. One where he's just,
Yeah.
I'm just saying you could do better. Like I just find myself like Drake's music is just like music you could just sit down like and just like I find myself just sitting down and just just vibing to, like not like to work out to.
Well, I can't think. Well, I don't listen to those songs. There's particular songs. I think he has a song called Watch. I think that's the name of it. I mostly use him for like cardio. Like if I'm going running, I'll put some Drake on. Certain songs, I wish I could remember the names of them, but I cannot. But certain Drake songs get me in the zone. I call it my cardio music because I do a lot of cardio, of course. So I call it my cardio music. So once I put that on, I'm zoned out.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to look up some cardio music from, because I have like music that I would lift weights to, and I have music that is just strictly for cardio or
Really? No, mine's kind of all a blend together.
and I keep saying this, like my music is all over the place. Like one minute I'm listening to like, okay, so I listen to like Hollywood Undead, and then I listen to another time I listen to like, What Is Love, that old song from Night of the Roxbury.
Yeah.
And then I'll have some Carly Rae Jepsen over here, and then I might even have a wrestler's
You wait,
entrance
wait. You
theme.
have this in your workout music?
Yeah, I know. No, don't worry. I don't play it on the Bluetooth. And when I used to, so and y'all are hearing this exclusive. I had a gym when I was in of course on a Navy base, and I would go there and I would connect to the Bluetooth speaker, and it was like first come first serve. Whoever connects it first,
Oh
you control.
man.
And I would
Okay.
have you would hear all my crazy music. It wasn't anything like derogatory towards anybody or obscene really, but it was just like one minute it would be like rap, like rap and metal. Next thing it'll be like house music, and then it'll be like a pro wrestler's theme. And I think one time somebody was like asking who has control of the
Who
Bluetooth.
has the Bluetooth?
And I was
Yeah.
just I put on my headphones and I was like just minding my own business so they wouldn't think it was me. Yeah, that was
Like not for
yeah.
workouts, no, but I do have a lot of variety of music. I have country music, a little bit of pop, R&B. I've been told that I'm stuck in the 90s. Someone told me that because I don't listen to the new rap music and all that. It's not for me. I'm a little, I wouldn't say old school. 90s is not old school, but I've been told I'm a little old school, and but that's just my personality. I like singing and a little bit of rap.
Yeah, 90s hip hop is something that I could definitely vibe to. But like I would have like for example, Marky Mark. I'm one of the few guys that you would find, and Robin's over here over there
Bob,
shaking their head like,
Bob is like, no.
yeah, good vibrations. I be lifting weights to good vibrations, man. I told
That is
one of my
so weird.
yeah, yeah, but then again, to me, like I don't really look at the artist. I look at whatever like can actually like gets me pumped up, and it just happens to be
Yeah.
like that song. So,
Yeah,
do I
it's not
listen to it
about the
outside of
artist, it's about the music they put out that make you feel. It's not about the artist. It's
right?
about the music. Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. I don't listen to it outside of the gym because I have a whole different like vibe when I'm outside the gym. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Rob. Kind of Rob asked some questions for you. Rob, go ahead, man. It's all yours.
All right, sweet. Thanks, Remy. So what's going on, Misty? How's everything going today?
What's up, Brock? See you, my referee brother. We
That's
can
right.
vibe.
That's right. Yeah, I got a couple ref questions for you too and stuff, man. I was
Oh
gonna
Lord,
talk about that.
come on with it.
Yeah, but before that, how's Texas doing going out there? How's the weather out there?
Minus
Y'all
the
got
minus.
cold?
We
Cold
got cold
thing?
last week. They closed down
Mm.
everything. Like it was hail. It was a hailstorm. Then it was frozen. Now the sun is starting to come out. It's Texas. Welcome to Texas. If you want every weather in one week, come on down to Texas.
There you go. Oh, I feel it, man. Hopefully, that Texas weather's coming this way because I heard this weekend it's gonna be like 60, 65. And I was like, woo, February, here we go. But
Yeah.
then the
I
next
just hope
day,
they don't
it's gonna be
shut nothing
34.
down. Yeah, I just hope they don't
Yeah,
shut
well,
nothing down like they did last week. So let's fingers crossed.
there you go. So the people wear the cowboy hats where you live, out by you, there are a lot of cowboy hats. Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
it's a
I
lot.
always wanted to, I always kind of wanted to just try one on and wear one just to see how I looked or whatever. Because I did when I was little, but see, I was born in '82, and when I wore it to school, the kids laughed at me and then beat me severely. And after they beat me,
Aw.
they went ate lunch, and then they came back and beat me more. So you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna wear a cowboy hat anymore. You know what I mean? But maybe it's somewhere that is acceptable. Maybe I'll try, check one out or whatever. Be like, oh yeah, here we go.
Well, I mean, the cowboy anywhere in Texas, the
It
cowboy
was a
hat is
joke. It was a joke. I
acceptable.
was joking.
I
I
know,
was
but I'm just
joking.
saying, it's acceptable. You'll be fine. Come on. You can wear it
There
anytime.
you go. Yeah, I want to get one of the big belt buckles that says like Balls Hog or something too. Out there.
Hey, that's what you know. Come on, let me find out you've been here. You been here? You been to
No, I
Houston?
haven't been to Texas. Now I'm trying to get out there. That's one of my. That's like a goal of mine.
Man, because what you know about Boss Hogging? Hold
Oh man.
on.
All right. So so when I was doing research, I was like, oh snap, yeah, we got reffing too. We can talk about some reffing stuff and on.
Yes,
I
we
want
can.
So how did you like okay, when you how was your first match repping? Were you nervous? Like, was it like your wrestling first match? Like were you just as nervous or
No, it was a different nerve. Like my first referee match, it was just, oh, I'm going out in front of people. My first
hmm
wrestling match, it was like, oh, I'm going out in front of people. Like it's a different nerve, but I was still nervous. Like
hmm
nerves were still in my throat, but it wasn't as big. It was a small knot.
Yeah. I remember I was like an excited nervous, like getting ready to go on
Yeah.
a date. Like getting ready to go on a date type nervous. Like yeah, I was like I just let me I just hard cans here. Like let me just not turn my back over there. I'm good. Let me remember my spaces, running lanes. I'm good.
Right.
I'm good.
Yeah. I was just
uh,
mad. One thing that made me nervous, I was kind of nervous that I will call them by their shoot name.
mm,
That made me nervous. I was like, crap, what's
hmm
their name? Like I gotta remember their shoot name. I gotta remember their shoot name. So
hmm
yeah, that made me really nervous.
do you ever mess with the ring announcer? Because I do that. I love doing that. I'll stand up there next to the ring announcer. Really, they'll introduce somebody. I'm like, man, I'll just say something, be like, oh no no no, just I try to get them to crack, and they're just, do you do that?
I did it unintentionally twice. I did not mean to do that. But she was like, "Get away from me, Missy. You making me laugh." I'm like, "What? I'm being me. Like, I'm goofy or whatever." So yeah, I've done that before, unintentionally though.
That's right, that's right. So how do you enjoy being a rep? Do you like being a rep? Is it pretty cool for you?
I like it. It's different. I think a part of that kind of makes me see the other side of wrestling, being a referee, because you get to see certain stuff, positioning and cameras, and it makes you think. So I liked refing, yes.
Now, so when I started repping and stuff, the craziest thing for me, I don't know if it was for you, when I got into the ring, I couldn't hear the crowd at all. Like the only time I hear them is like when they were chanting someone's name. But like sitting in the crowd as a fan watching it, it's like you hear when I was in there, well, I'm like I didn't hear anything. It was like quiet, unless they were like, "Let's go," that was it. Was that for like that for you?
Kinda. I think my ears pick and choose what they wanted to hear. Like
Mm.
kind of like you, but I heard like little comments of, "Oh, ref, that was three," or "Ref, you
Oh
suck."
yeah,
Like
yeah,
those little things.
yeah,
Yeah, I heard those, of course. But as a wrestler, it's like I don't hear nothing.
yeah.
Like all I hear is the other person. That's it.
hmm
That's all. I hear the other person talking trash. I hear the referee, and I don't hear nothing else. Everything else is like blank to me.
hmm Yeah. Now, when you go to shows, isn't it pretty cool that you're like a utility person? Like you can go in there, like, hey, if you need somebody to ref or whatever, I got you. You need somebody to be manager, because
Yes.
that. Oh, they'd be like, throw me an extra couple bucks. You know what I mean? I'll go out there, I'll put a mask on, be a manager, and I'll ref. You know what I mean? What are
Yeah,
you
what
gonna
you want me
do?
to do?
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
you.
It's pretty cool having that extra oomph under you. You know, you can be used in any aspect. Hey, we need you to manage. What's up? I got my suit. You need me to put it on? I got my heels. Like it's pretty cool doing every aspect of that. Cause I showed up to a show before just to see if I would just to see if I would be, used. And it was like, yeah, we can use you as a ref. Okay. I got my ref stuff. I got you. And then I'm willing, and then at the same time, if I show up to wrestle, I still carry my other things because there might be someone there who wants to ref. Here, you can wear my referee stuff. I'm willing to help out in that way too.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like doing that because almost every show I go to or something, just like, we need your, like, hold on, we need a ring announcer. You want a ring announcer, whatever we'll need. I'm like, all right, y'all ring announce, and it's like, we got somebody to do that. We're back to repping again. I'm like, all right, cool, man. Whatever y'all need me to do, I'll do it. I'll sit out there, rip
Whatever you
tickets if you
need.
need me. Hey, no,
Right.
no matter to
Yes.
me. Don't matter to me. I've been security before, you know what I mean? Hey, I'll do it again. You know what I mean? Whatever y'all want me to do.
Funny thing, at Mission Pro, that's where I started. I started at the door. I just heard
Mm.
about this women's promotion and I would show up every month and I would be at the door collecting the money, talking to the fans, shaking hands. Like that's where I started. And then as time went on, I finally got in the ring. But that's where I started at the door, taking money and giving tickets.
That's right. That's pretty cool. I started, yeah, I did security and stuff, and then it was like, just happened to be coming rep one time. I was like, man, we don't have any reps, they didn't show up. No, I was like, man, I can train me. I'll learn how to do it. You want to do it for real? I'm like, yep. I was like, all right, let's go. School's starting, next week. I'm like, yeah, here we go. Let's go.
That's pretty cool. Is that
Yeah,
the
I
only
didn't
thing
know.
you've done as ref?
Yeah, I mean, in training, I've learned how to take bumps and all that. I had to
Of
run,
course.
that stuff. But yeah, just rap. I turned 40 on Sunday, so my wrestling days, any
Oh,
type of
happy
wrestling stuff is.
belated, happy early birthday.
There you go. Thank you. But yeah,
You're
yeah,
so
I don't
old.
have any. I ain't trying to. Yeah, I'm good rapping. Yeah, maybe be a manager. Maybe be a manager. Yeah, that's about it.
Right. To each his own, to each
Yep.
his own.
Yeah, I like rapping. It's pretty cool. Plus, yeah, you get that little like, hey, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Like you're in control of the match. I get that. It's like, I'm the smallest person in the ring. You got, these big
But
dudes or
you gotta
whatever. Big,
control.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
I think it's a funny story when you try when they be like, hey, get up here, and they come after you, you like, wait a minute, back up, back up. It's fun. It's a lot of fun repping. It is.
Yeah, I was doing a cage match and the wrestlers, they're like, both were 300 pounds and the door broke on the cage and they're on the corner and stuff. And he like leaned over. I'm about 150. I was getting ready to run over and like grab them, trying to hold on. It's like, what am I going to do with them?
Yeah, what
I'm going to go with them. I'm just going to go with them. I grab them. I'm going, oh. But no, they didn't fall. They had, another ref came out and, they hold the door shut. It's like, thank you. Oh, man. Oh,
that's
man.
funny. Oh my goodness, that's funny. I know that was a
Yeah,
fun
it's
match.
probably. Oh, it was. It's probably the easiest match. Some of those gimmick matches, they're like the easiest thing to do, except for Battle Royal.
Easiest.
Yeah,
Easiest. Yeah, agreed.
yeah. Yeah, it was. They had to put it in a body bag. No, I just had to sit there and like, oh yeah, yeah, no rope break, no, the fingers are out, no. That was it. That was it.
Just talking, just for no, just talking. That's it.
Hmm. Yeah. I should just start messing with them. Just be like, hey man, we go to Chipotle open later. Da, 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 da. Just try to throw them off. I ain't gonna do that. They beat me up.
Right
But
afterwards.
there you go. But yeah, so yeah, all the way out in Texas, yeah, you're traveling everywhere. Like I've heard that, if you want to drive somewhere in Texas, see, I'm in Delaware, and it's like I can get from one side of the state to the other in 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You know what I mean? So yeah, is it like
Shame.
Oh yeah, I know. So yeah, is it like that? Like yeah, you just drive. Like where's the farthest you've gone in Texas? For wrestling, reffing, or whatever. Have you just stayed in
Oklahoma.
pretty much same area?
Well,
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma was the farthest
Hmm.
I went outside of Texas. Inside of Texas, I think Lubbock. Lubbock is the farthest
Okay.
I went, which is about 6.5 hours from San Antonio.
Now, do you have the desert over there? Is it like, cacti? Is that what it's called? Cacti, cactuses?
That's what
You have those
you
things
know
over there?
what? Yeah, it was like the cacti. That's all I saw in this. It was a long freaking road I had to go down. But that's all I
Mm,
saw was like little cacti. I kind of wanted to stop and grab some, but I don't know the area, so I wasn't gonna stop.
yeah.
So
There you go.
I kept on trucking through, but it was a lot of small little towns out there, just a lot of small towns.
That's right. Now I know we got a couple questions or whatever I'm gonna ask real quick from like Bo
Okay.
Skidmore or whatever. He wanted to ask, if you're ready for Tainted Love.
I am ready for Tainted Love, but the most important things they need to be ready for me
There
because
you go.
baby, them check marks is coming.
And then he was asking, who do you think's your biggest threat in the gauntlet?
Ooh, well, I'm not in the gauntlet. I'm in the triple threat. So,
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
there you go. Okay.
yeah, of course, Nova Phoenix. I mean, she's the big one. She's a very bigger than me. She's much stronger than I am, but hopefully my speed and my aggression would get her over. So she's the biggest threat right now.
Mm. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm ready for that. Yeah, I'm trying to check out Tainted Love and stuff. Even if I can't see it on title match, when it's live, I'll catch something or whatever. Because it looks like a
Hopefully you
stacked
do
card
catch
y'all got.
it. It is.
Yeah.
It's a lot of great matches. I'm excited for the gauntlet. I think Ooh, it's so many good people in the gauntlet. But if I had to pick someone, I'm going for the underdog Mia Friday. I
Oh
think
yeah,
Mia
and she's
Friday is
going in.
gonna she's going in first, but I'm pulling
Yeah.
for Mia Friday for sure.
Yeah, because we asked, yeah, Scott said that the other day. He was like, "Yeah, we're gonna put her in first." Like, whoo, all right. Let's. I hope she can get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I like her too. She's pretty good.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
So is Tainted Love your next show that you got coming up?
Yeah, that's my next show on the 25th. My show on the 26th is at Dog Pound Championship Wrestling on the 26th here in San Antonio, and that is Cold Blooded.
Mm,
So that is so back to back. I am working Friday and Saturday in those two shows.
nice. Now you're already talking about working with Thunder Rosa and stuff, and I grew up in the Attitude Era, and I was a fan of ECW. I gotta ask, what's it like training with Jazz? Because when Jazz, I always loved Jazz. I remember I would go to school like one other friend. We were both fans of Jazz and stuff. You know what I mean? People would be like, "You like Jazz?" You know what I mean? Da, da, da. Oh, she go out there and tear you up. You know what I mean? How dare you go say something to her? You know what I mean? Like, man, I want her to have my back. You know what I mean? So yeah, what's it like training with her? You know what I mean? Getting all that knowledge, from Jazz
For
and
me,
Rodney
it's
Mack.
for me it's amazing. And I went to the reason why I came to San Antonio was to be a part of the dog pound. And I came to a seminar. They had a seminar one weekend, and she saw what I can do, and I was like, and I saw what she was teaching. I was like, hey, I'm coming to San Antonio. And that went on for a couple months. I had to get stuff together in Houston, and then finally I came down in August, and I'm sorry, July. Came down in July, and I started at the Pack. And training with her has been amazing. That knowledge that she has is it's untapped, and she's given it to me and other women that go there. I'm just happy to be a part of it. Like she really changed the way I look at wrestling and the way I wrestle. Period. She's changed that for me, and I'm just so grateful for what she's done for me thus far.
Oh
I
yeah,
can
yeah, that's
honestly
got to be
say
awesome.
I can honestly say I wouldn't be Mystii Marks without Jazz. Like honestly, she gave me the opportunity to come here. She gave me my first match opportunity, and just to sit under her wing and take those notes is it's life changing, and I'm just really grateful for it.
So you're a note taker too.
I am. I have to be. And I read them when I come home, and I try to remember what I did in training and try to mimic it on my dog, and I know he's like leave me alone, but it's it's repetition. I got to keep it in my mind. So yeah.
I'm the same way. I take notes too. I was at school. I think a couple weeks ago. One of the younger guys was wrestling. He was taking notes too. I was like, "Oh, fellow note taker, here we go." He's like, "Yeah, yeah." No. I was showing him my notes. He's like, "Oh man, yours is way better than mine. You're all, da, da, da." I was like, "Oh yeah, okay." Yeah. And he showed
Yeah.
me his. He's just like, "Yeah, he's scrambling." I was like, "It's all right. You get something with lines, you'll be better. You get one of them.
That's all you
Yeah,
need.
yeah. Something with lines, you're all right." So yeah, I do gotta ask. Yeah, that yeah, traveling around Texas and stuff. Do you have any funny travel stories? Like, I've heard that y'all have like crazy things like chupacabras and maybe some Bigfoot or something
Oh,
out there. Like, have you ever
chupacabra.
come across? Yeah, have you ever come across stuff like that, or do you have any funny travel stories?
At this point, I do not have any travel stories that I can think of. No, no funny travel story. Not yet, but I've heard other podcasts where people have these crazy travel stories. I'm like, what? That happened? I hope I have funny travel stories, not crazy travel stories.
There
So
you go.
not at this point in my career. I do not.
Okay, that's cool. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, so when you're, you're just, home chilling or whatever, are there any new movies or TV shows you're into? Because I always get caught watching the same stuff over and over again, like comfort shows. Like I can go
What?
do my housework, laundry, and then just have something playing in the background, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm good. So,
So
what are you watching now? So I'm always trying to find something new.
so my goal is to watch all of the '90s shows that were out. So right now, I just finished Eve. I don't know if y'all remember that show, Eve.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I'm watching Hanging with Mr. Cooper right now.
Oh yes.
It's actually a good show. I didn't think it was that good. The Parenthood. I'm also watching Seventh Heaven. I don't know if
Okay.
y'all I don't know if y'all
I,
remember
I
that show.
remember it. I've never
Yeah, oh
seen it, but
my
I remember it. Yeah.
I think I seen like two episodes and I was like, man, I remember this show. So I'm watching a lot of 90s shows, not 90s, 80s shows. So I'm going old school. I'm not watching none of the new stuff right now. I'm taking a break from it. It's a lot of show to watch. It's a lot of TV. So those are the two main shows I'm watching: Seventh Heaven and Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Yeah. See, I was wondered why Mr. Cooper had to live in that house with roommates. Like, you were in the you were a basketball player. You could have parlayed that to go play in Europe, or
But no, no, no. The thing is, that's the trick. If you watch the show, you will realize he only played for six games.
yeah, it was a 10-day contract or something. I remember that.
Yes. So he ain't make that
But
much
I
money.
remember, yeah, I remember it was yeah, because I was a kid when I watched it and I liked it. I haven't
Yeah.
watched it as an adult, but I'm trying to when I remember. I remember him playing for the Warriors. And he was like on a 10-day contract one time. I'm like,
Yep.
all right, Cooper, that's right.
Yeah. But I mean, he did. I mean, you have to be fair. He lives in a house with his cousin, her daughter, and
Hmm.
his college friend, I believe. Yes.
Yeah, Vanessa, right? And then wasn't that
Yeah,
her name?
Vanessa.
Yep, that's right. Now, have you watched? Have you gotten on Family Matters yet?
I've already finished Family. I think I finished that
Oh
2 years
yeah.
ago.
Oh,
I
okay.
finished it. I was surprised the way it ended. I don't remember it ending like that. I was so
See, I
surprised.
remember. Yeah, I remember. Like it was pretty cool. And then after Urkel, I remember Urkel Mania like big time. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, I remember
every show
that.
was.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember it was like normal shows, like like kind of like a Cosby Show type. And then he came in,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like then it turned to like Quantum Leap. You know what I mean? It was like he'd trick Carl or something or change his voice and stuff. It was like, oh man, okay, here we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I finished it. I was just surprised at the ending. I did not know it ended like that. So yeah, I finished that.
Yeah. Didn't he dumped Myrtle, didn't he, and got with Laura? Like, and Myrtle
Yep,
was the one.
Laurel took
Yeah,
him back. They end up getting married. He was an astronaut. It was crazy. I
yeah.
was like, what? Yeah, that ending shocked me. It really did.
Ooh, Rock. Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, I remember Rock.
He also said Dawson's Creek. That's on my list too.
Ooh, Dawson's Creek. Okay, yeah.
I remember that in
Yeah, I
high
haven't seen.
school. I mean, yeah, middle school.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember the show being out, but I never watched it. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I think the only time I watched like Buffy or something if it was on there.
I finished Buffy in college. Oh, Buffy was
Mm.
awesome. I gotta watch the
Oh
spinoff
yeah.
though, Angel.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll see. I'll see. I haven't seen it all, but yeah, when it comes on, I'll
What?
check it out or whatever.
It's a good show. I think Angel is better than Buffy. That's just me.
Mm. One show I did like was Charmed. I don't know. I remember watching that one time. It was like, I like this show. You know what I mean? I remember my dad catching me watching. He's like, "What are you watching?" And he sat and watched it. I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, it's pretty cool."
Rob, you're my friend now. Charmed is my show. Me and my
Yeah.
cousin will talk about Charmed like it still comes on today. I
Mm.
love that. I was so sad when it ended, and I do not like the remake.
Oh, I haven't seen the remake.
I do not like it.
Okay. Well, yeah, I probably wouldn't like it either if I like the original thing.
If you
I
like
like the
the
old
original,
school.
yeah, if you like the original the way it was, like the the uniqueness of it and the love that was in the show, you would not like the remake. You won't.
Okay. Yeah. Now there's this one show at what was it? Riverdale. I seen on there. It's about Archie
I've
and them, and I
never
remember
seen
watching it,
Riverdale.
and I was like, Jughead doesn't wear a crown on there. That kind of upsets me. You know what I mean? Because I mean, even in the con, he always had the crown. I'm like, it kind of upsets me, man. Even though if it's supposed to be a dark, gritty thing, I want to see him wear a crown, man.
Oh man, I've never seen Riverdale, so I have no idea. I've been told it's a good show, but like I said, I'm on my old school right now. I thought Riverdale was a new show, right, on Netflix?
It's on CW. It's on something. Yeah, I seen it on something. One of them.
Yeah, it's I think it's on it's on CW, but
Yeah.
it's been around for like 3 or 4 years now. I remember when I was stationed in Japan, it was playing around then too. So yeah, it's got a couple of years on it.
Yeah, I've never. I think I've seen it on Netflix.
Yeah, I just
I
watched
heard
this
that
one
show
show on Netflix.
You is crazy.
You?
Yeah, on Netflix. I
Okay.
haven't seen that
Oh yeah,
either.
yeah. Yeah, I heard there's a lot of crazy shows on there. There's some that like, man, I can't watch with the tugs at your heartstrings stuff. I'm like, I'll be wrecked for days and stuff, man. I can't do some of that stuff. So I'm like, I'll stick with my comedies,
Right.
actions, and stuff. Anything that did, like if it involves a dog or something, I can't watch it. Like, no, yeah, I can't do it. Because I know usually, because you know with a good dog movie, what happens to the dog at the end and stuff. It's like, oh, it's gonna tear my heart
Yeah.
up. So
Oh yeah,
you know.
I totally get it.
Now, now before I pass it on back to Remy, I do want to say, thank you, for taking time out of your day, come on chat with us. I definitely had a blast talking with you. Hopefully we can get you back, another time for part two, three, four, five, and I hope you get around the, all across the East Coast, West Coast, collecting belts
Yes.
everywhere you go, dominating. I wish nothing but positive things for you, your family, and all that good stuff.
Thank you, Rob. And yeah, you will have me back. And when you have me back, I will be the new Genesis Women's Champion. That's for sure.
That's right.
Awesome, Misty. Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be on our show. We know you got a lot coming up, especially with Tainted Love and so on. And I actually wish you all the best at Tainted Love. I hope you're victorious and everything. And that way we'll be like, yeah, we just had a new champ on our show, and whatnot. It's always great to see people, that are on our show go on to do, great things with their careers and so on. Get signed by WB or even just travel the world honing their craft. It's always a great feeling for us, and
Yeah.
that's why we here, we pretty much interview everybody because you never know where somebody's going to end up in life. We just had a husband and wife duo that were actually, Rob, you know them, J Lee Photography, that actually did photo shoots for CCW, our good friends at CCW, and our other good friends at 1CW. And I kid you, I think it was like the next day, boom, they're the official photographers for CCW. So I
Wow.
was like, I called Marcello. I'm like, man, you could have told me, you should have told me this earlier, man. You could have given me a heads up, man. Like I would have had their photographs and everything, and you know,
Right.
the ringside site logo next to them. Say, yeah, but yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully we'll have them back real soon.
yeah, you never know who you're talking to. That's why you respect everyone in this business or just in general. You respect everyone you come across. And that's one of the things I admire most when I meet people. I make sure I give them the respect that they deserve and the respect that I deserve. Just show everybody respect and you'll go so far.
Yeah, definitely. That's how it is with us here too. And it's funny because even Rob here, when I first met Rob, it was like, yeah, you guys need any help, and I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want another person on my team, and I was like, let me give him a shot. I mean, I was once
Right.
knocking out somebody's door one time. Somebody gave me a shot, and then lo and behold, like he's been like one of the most reliable people I know, even outside of Ringside Society. And he's a referee, so yeah. But
Whoop whoop. And he got a 40th birthday coming up.
yep,
Mm.
yep. But I just gotta say, you know, thank you very much. We are very, very, very grateful for this opportunity. You've been on our radar for a while. Glad we could have actually, made it happen and glad you gave us this opportunity. And before we shut it down, I just have to ask, where can fans find you on social media when they want to find out where your next appearance is, purchase Mystii Marks merchandise, and also where can bookers and promoters find you when they want to book you for their shows?
So, if you want to find the majestic one, you want to liven up your news feed, you can follow me at Mystii.Marks. That's MYSTII. Okay, because I'm different. Two eyes. That means I'm twice as better than you. Okay, two eyes. Dot Marks with an S. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram with those same ones. Or if you want to follow some of my career that I've had, you can follow me at Mission Pro or Dog Pound Championship Wrestling. I am on all those platforms, guys. Shoot me a message. I'm pretty sure I took pictures with y'all when I was a referee. Share those pictures. I will reshare them. I love all my fans. I also don't have any gear yet, but my 8x10s are coming soon. So be prepared to put in your orders because I will be prepared to send them out.
So y'all heard, she has 8x10s available. So as I always say, I always beat this dead horse. Support indie wrestling. This is one way you can support indie wrestling. It's purchasing the 8x10s and whatnot. So, if you're a true fan of the sport, this is one way you can actually help it flourish, help it, stay afloat. Is just by supporting these men and women on the indie circuit that are not just doing this to show off. They're not just doing this for the money. They're doing this because they love it and they're doing it for us, the fans. And besides, 95% of your, AEW and WWE superstars, this is where they come from, the indies. So why not
Yep.
support them, when they're on the grind right now,
Support us
purchase their
now.
8x10s, purchase their
Yep.
merchandise. And then when Misty gets signed to AEW or WWE or Impact, and you see all the fans buying the Impact, the merchandise that Impact and WWE and AEW are releasing. You could be like, yeah, y'all got that, but I got her shirt from when she was on the Indies. It's
I
always a
got the
great feeling.
original, baby. The original.
Yeah, there you go. So it's always a great feeling to be that one guy or gal. But with that being said, it's about time for us to shut this show down. It's been great, but we got to keep on moving. And with that being said, Rob Bass, the Mel Gibson to my Danny Glover, the Sean Spencer to my Burton Buster, and the Tommy to my Ghost. Where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling, find out where your next appearances, purchase Rob Bass merchandise? And where can bookers and promoters find you on social media when they want to book you for their shows?
All right, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch, Rob_base82, and Facebook, YouTube, Rob Base.
Awesome. Mr. Bo Skidmore, there's no money in wrestling. Yeah, you know what? You may or may not be right. I don't know. I'm not in the industry. I'm just a podcaster. The best people that could ask that off of this show would be Rob and Misty. But at the same time, just enjoy it, man. Everything doesn't have to involve money. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy the
I was
passion of it.
always told that if you do something you love, the money doesn't matter. You'll never work a
Yeah,
day in your life. And that's what
yeah,
that's what I'm doing. I love wrestling.
yeah. So, you know, I mean, shoots, I do this podcast and I don't do it for the money. I mean, shoots, I just do it because this, we do it because this is our passion. We enjoy this. You
Yeah.
know, I can't speak for Rob, but I tell people this is my club on Saturday night and my second church on Sunday morning. So, you
That's
know,
good. I like
this is
that.
my thing. This is my thing right here. So with that being said, if y'all want to find me on social media, I don't know if I'm cool enough to follow, but you can follow me on Twitter at the Remy Blue. You can also find me on Facebook as Remy Blue, and you can also find our podcast on social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Ringside Society. We're on Twitch at Ringside Society 2019. We're also on Facebook as a group, Ringside Society. We're on Spotify, and we're still on Blog Talk, surprisingly. And we are also on. Rob, am I forgetting something else? I think I'm forgetting something else. Oh, we're also on YouTube. Yes, YouTube is actually one of our platforms where we actually stream cool episodes like this. So once you go on YouTube and type in Ringside Society, you'll see that sweet OMG dark blue and light blue yin yang sign with the blue flames around it. That's us. So make sure you subscribe to all our videos because we have a lot of cool episodes coming up. And check out our past episodes like this one, like the one with Maddie Rankowski, Jasmine Allure, Scott Bruce, owner of Vixen Wrestling Revolution, Haley Danielle, and many other great people. You won't want to miss out on what we're doing. Trust me, I'm telling you, it's straight facts. But with that being said, we just want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Bo Skidmore, thank you. Gerald Whitaker, thank you. Annie Keys, thank you very much. If y'all ever want to be on our show, we actually have a segment called 15 Minutes of Fandom where we interview fellow wrestling fans. Check it out. Rob is on. Rob started off on it too, so feel free to hit us up if you want to be on there. We don't bite. Maybe Kathy does, but definitely not me or Rob. But with that being said, she's gonna roast me for that. She's gonna get on me for that. But, hey,
I can't wait to meet this Kathy.
yeah, uh, yeah. I'm not gonna say nothing. She's cool people though. But with that being said, thank you very much for tuning in. To those of y'all that are gonna listen to us later on, thank you very much in advance. And to those of y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we'd go away. Oh wait, I forgot one more thing. We also have a Teespring store, yes, where we sell official Ringside Society merch. We have T-shirts, tank tops, long sleeve shirts like this, and we also have coffee mugs for your favorite warm beverage. So definitely check us out. All proceeds go back into keeping our show afloat. And with that being said, and oh, last but not least, to those of you that really and truly wish we would just take our merch and everything else and just go away, well, like myself at the Golden Corral and Rob based at a taco festival, we ain't going anywhere for a while.
They hate us because they ain't us.
And we ain't stopping. Well, with that being said, we just want to let everybody know that we here are very well and aware that everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast. Oh, not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. Hashtag we are not the same. Hey, yo, Rob Bass, one time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, and one time for the woman that does it all. Wrestler, manager, referee, the majestic one, Misty Knight.
Woo!
What type of podcast are we?
We're a Wrestling Fans podcast.
That's right, we're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society, and we will be back with another impressive episode with another amazing guest. But until then, I just want y'all to do four, and I mean four favors for me. Stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We out. Peace.
See y'all. Good night. Stay classy, Delaware.